Bonjour everyone and welcome to my exotic invasion. So, on last Sunday, I was at a flea market and I found the seven cars that I'm gonna show you. So they all fit a same category of car. So you know your high-end sports car, which, as you may know, is not something that I tend to collect more. But actually, because of that, I've noticed that I don't have many of them. So I thought that I will maybe try to have a bit of them for uh, variety purpose. And so yeah, I bought these seven car, all from the same seller. At first, he wanted €5 for each car, so that would make a €35 price for all of them. But I thought that it was too much, and so he accepted my offer, which was €25. Anyway, so we're gonna start with the first car, which is this one. I won't spend too much time on this one because I don't think you will care too much. So that's a Porsche 928, and as you can see, it's one of these no-name China brand. Now, usually I'm able to identify these, but this time I cannot. I'm sorry. I've tried to look on the usual website that I use for identify these type of brands, but this time I can't. The only thing that I can say is that I'm guessing that this is a copy of a Welly casting, which itself was also a copy of a old Tomica. So we have a bad copy of a decent copy of a nice casting. Anyway, so I won't spend too much time, but it's one more 928 in my collection, my third one. Stay with yellow Porsche. We have that one. That's a Porsche Boxster version, and it's a Maisto from the early 2000, I would say, because we can't see the production date code, and I think that's something that they started to use in the 2010s at least, but so this one is older than that. Anyway, so casting is pretty good. We don't have a lot of tempo except the badge on the front and on the back, but other than that it looks pretty good. Well, I think that they look good, but they are too much tucked in the wheel arch, I think, so it kinda look goofy because of that, but anyway. Interior is decent. We have a steering wheel, but it doesn't look too realistic, but at least it's a true steering wheel, and the rest is decent. I mean, it's a Maisto, it's not, you can't expect too much as far as very crisp details, but it's okay, I think. And it's my third Porsche Boxster, and they are all yellow, so that's a funny coincidence. And staying on subject of yellow Maisto, we have this one. So we have a 1966 Lamborghini Miura. So this one is a more recent Maisto. You can see. Quite a nice looking color, I think. You could say that it's a pearl yellow, because it has a bit of a changing color effect, which look very nice. Other than that, we have some decent paint and tempo on the front, and on the back we have not so great looking wheels and no interiors. Okay, so that was this one. So next we're gonna move to and by the way, since I'm explaining you everything, that's my second Lamborghini. So that's what I said earlier. I don't have really a lot of this type of car. So yeah, my second Lamborghini in my entire collection. So next we're gonna move to a duo of Ferrari from Hot Wheels. We have a F355 Spider and a F430 Spider. Now these are both from a 2007 5-pack, which was a Ferrari 5-pack. And the interesting thing about these two, about this 5-pack, it is that it's actually a USA release, which, if I remember correctly, include obviously these two cars. Also include a P4 in yellow, a 550 Maranello in silver, and also a black 360 Modena, which sometimes were also replaced by a blue 156, which is a Formula racing car from the 1960s. Anyway, also this pack came in an international release, which includes the same list of cars but in alternate color, which I won't mention here. It's too much details. But anyway. So now the interesting thing about this duo is that these two cars are from the same lineage, basically. Now actually between these two cars that should be the 360 Spider, which I don't think Hot Wheels did a casting of this car. Matchbox did, but anyway, so we have the two cars. We're gonna that casting came out in 1999, which was a bit late in the production run of the F355, and this one first came out in 2006, even though there are no copyright date on the base. And the focus on, actually I'm gonna do something, yes. So we can see the evolution of Ferrari styling of the 90s and the early 2010s. So they are both V8 car. So with a 4.3 liter V8 and the 430 name. And this one is also a V8. It's a 3.5 liters. And you might ask, so why it's called the 355 and not 350? Well, the last 5 is, I believe, that it means that it 5 valves per cylinder, if I remember correctly. But anyway. So that was that duo. And we're gonna move to a second duo. And so now my Ferrari collection have now tripled, because again I had only one, also a Hot Wheel. But anyway, we're gonna move to another duo, and this time we have the same car but by two different brands. So we have, I'm gonna do that actually. So two Jaguar F-Type, we have a Majorette and a Welly. So we're gonna do a bit of a comparison. So at the front we can see that the Majorette have actually some lens headlights, which are part of the window piece. In the two we have some details from the grille with the logo, but I do believe that Yes, it's an inserted part in the case of the Welly. Not that it changed anything, but it's an info that I'm mentioning you. We have a bit more paint here on the, I guess you could call this air vents, yes. Also, we have the detail here. As far as the wheel, now both are plastic wheel with plastic tire, but I think that maybe it would work out better this way. Yes. Now these will look pretty good, I think. And by the way, we have suspension. As far as the Welly, I think it's a bad choice because they have a better looking wheel, which are this type of wheel. That's a Jaguar XK, which is a predecessor of that car actually. And yes, so better wheel on the Majorette, I think. I tend to not liking a black wheel in most of the time, but in this case, I think it's better looking than these. What else I can say? So again, we have some black paint for this roof bonnet intake, yes. So we have side mirror on both cases. There are a bit more detail on the Majorette case. We'll get to the opening part later. So again, we have some badging on both of them. We have tail light. It's very similar in that case. We have a license plate, even though it's actually a part of maybe the base, which clip into the body. This way we don't have a poster, something ugly like Matchbox or Hot Wheels would do. Well, I guess we have a post here, but it doesn't matter because it's not a station wagon or something like that. Anyway, we have the exhaust in both cases. We have the F-type logo in both. It's a bit harder to tell in this one because it's in silver here, and here it's in black. And also it's a bit smaller, which I'm guessing it's a bit more accurate. And yes, so the Majorette have opening doors, so we can see a bit. Well, actually it's closing itself, so that's not gonna be useful. So we have a very nice interior. We have, can I open more? No, I can't. We have some nice details on the door itself. Nice steering wheel and dashboard. So yeah, it's very good, like most Majorette interior are. On the wheel, I know it's pretty good most of the time, but we don't have opening door, so it's kinda difficult to see. But from what I can see, it looks pretty good. Yep. So in this case, I think that this, in case of the interior, the two are pretty good. And lastly, we're gonna check the bottom. Not that it matters, although you could say that this is a bit more detailed. But this gives you the scale, and so it's 1/59 scale. And I'm gonna say that the Welly seems to be fairly similar. So both are not to 1/64 scale, but anyway, yep, fairly similar, I would say. So yes, overall you could say that the Majorette look better, plus it's in a bit more vibrant color instead of plain white. So yes, I guess the Majorette is the winner, but I do like Welly casting. I think that they are pretty good nonetheless, but maybe not as good as Majorette most of the time. Anyway, so that was all of the car, which I'm gonna show you again. So we have the two Jaguar, we have a duo of Ferrari. I'm gonna put you over there. We have our two Porsche with the Boxster by Maisto and the 928 by someone. And we have the Lamborghini by Maisto. Thanks for watching.